Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our ongoing meditation session today. So be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. And gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. Also, while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So keep relax your body and your right palm on your left and bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Supatveva or may I be well and happy. Observe and scan yourself 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment you are spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and then later observe the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within the sensation arise, followed by the inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step. So mentally relax your body following my words. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your nose. Relax your upper lip. Relax your lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax all abdominal organs. Relax your buttock. Relax your thigh. Relax your knee. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. Release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. And bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation. And allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And slowly follow the sensation and recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Do nothing extra. Simply keep observing without interfering, involving, without commenting regarding any inhalation, exhalation. Just simply observe and recognize. If your mind go here and there, don't worry about it. Just keep focus to the sensation again and again. While you're observing inhalation, exhalation, follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation knowingly. This is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of the inhalation or exhalation. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize it. Just observe the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within the sensation arise with the inhalation, exhalation. See how your experience change moment by moment. Even the recognitions change, followed by the sensation. Observer or the subject and object both change at the same time. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Being Sua, frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Visualize yourself and send it as a light and expand the capacity forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to Buddha's teaching, one of the most important theory that Buddha mentioned is in the beginning explain things part by parts and take things separately. This is called Vibhajyavad, separate and analyze part by parts. And then it explain as one. So mostly when it comes to Western world and science and technology, mostly it explains things from one direction to another. And also it's mostly when it comes to Big Bang, and it says this universe is expanding, 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 and go to one direction from beginning point explosion, and from there expand, expand, expand. But there are sometimes you hear, if it expand like that way, how kind of like the objects can come towards the earth, or how things can hit each other, or how something that can see after many years, after many years, again and again. So when we look at the method of the universe, it's moving like a circle. Every object in the universe move like a circle. So you go in a circular pattern. And when it comes to the earth also, this everything like the four element, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness in the material level. This all the four elements move like a circle, and conventional level, that is a very good example for you to understand the very nature of our inside life. So the karma and dharma also move not from one direction to another. It also move like a circle. The same like the universal pattern. There is nothing going to happen in you beyond this universe, beyond this nature. So observing nature, you can recognize what is happening within yourself. Analyzing nature, you can recognize what is happening within you. So your mind also the same. Once you go with the seen world, this objective world, and then you recognize this unseen subjective world. So then remember, things, that's why we see things again and again. We meet, we repeat things, we find things again and again. You sometimes you go through things again and again. Why? Because it go like a circle. So once you recognize that, what you have to understand, you can decide. It's a law of nature. It's same like the gravity. So once you recognize that law, even the karma is kind of like that law. Once you recognize that, you can understand what you want to see in the future, what you want to meet in the future, what kind of life you want to build in the future. So then what you have to do? What you think, you become. What you do, you receive. What you give, you receive. What you do, you responsible. What you sow, you will reap. So then yourself, you have to understand with your bodily and verbally and mentally action. This is not a magic, or this is not a kind of special kind of that people or authorization, or it is not a kind of like you have to go through initiation through somebody to understand this method, because this is what the system that we all go through. So then you have to understand yourself. Whatever the mind, whatever the bodily action, verbal action, mental action we perform with the intention, according to that intention and according to that action, and we're going to find the reaction. We're going to gain the result. So then when you have a very conscious, clear mind, when you're going to do something, and if you become sharp with that clear mind, and if you get out of the greed or the hatred or the delusion or the ignorance out of that actions, and if you perform that action with the clarity, loving kindness, compassion, the awareness or the wisdom, then you're going to get the result according to that. And then little by little, you will develop your skill to perform your lifestyle that way. So the meditation is a method. It helps you to, in the beginning, sitting and train yourself to do this again and again, becoming clear with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. And for that, we develop the awareness. We call sati, mindfulness, awareness, clear comprehension. So once you develop that, once you have it, In day-to-day life, whatever the actions you perform, naturally what happening, your mind start to become sharp and clear, recognize not the outside, you recognize the intention. That is the important. But mostly we look just the outside. While you use looking outside, you lose your inner understanding. So then you struggling and depending and resisting, fighting, holding, grasping these outside things. Then it is never going to end. Why? The very action itself we perform with the unclear mind. So when you perform something with the unclear mind, because the result come according to not the action, the result come according to the intention. So if when the intention, the beginning point, the epicenter is not clear, then what happened? The result come, then the result also becoming kind of like unclear. And then again and again you go towards the doubt, then you make mistakes. Once you make mistakes, you have the doubt. So then it affects for your self-confidence and the fear. So once you have the fear and then you lose the self-confidence, it affects for your self-abilities. Why? Because you make mistakes. Then your awareness again and again bound to the fear and losing self-confidence. Then you make again and again more mistakes. Then what happening? Then within around you, other people start to take all the responsible out of you. Then you lose your self-responsibility, ability to respond to necessary situations or the conditions. So developing ability to respond to the situations, necessary situations, is itself the awareness. So once you lose your abilities to respond, then again it creates the greed or the jealousy or the hatred or the anger. So as example, you keep making mistakes and suddenly from the office, workplace, they fire you. Then what happening? You become angry. See, then you become jealousy, hate, you develop the hate, but you don't see the mistakes that you have done. Same thing with the, even as a husband, wife. When you fail to responsible, when you start to make mistake with your ability to respond as a husband or wife, what will happen? Then start to make problems. Then again, it going to come out through different way as parents and children. Once you lose ability to respond, why it happened? Because of it affect for your deeply the clarity in your mind. So it go like a circle. It go like a circle. But the very nature of us, with the self-centered mind, we think always from this point to this way. From one point to another direction. We don't see how it go like a circle. So then remember yourself, whatever, it go like a circle. So then it is very easy for you once you recognize this. Remember, in book says it kind of like, or recognizing this very difficult. Buddha said this is very difficult. In the book says like that. But personally, you're listening to me. So the before the Buddha, there were many, that the teachers, and they couldn't find this. But once the Buddha appear, that's why the Buddha come. Once the Buddha appear, anymore, it is not difficult. That is this is the most easiest, safest way for yourself to to attain to liberation, or developing your ability to respond and keep the profitable skills yourself and become a better person. Why? Because we have the Buddha, because he saw exactly there is nothing hidden, everything clear. So then you just imagine yourself. You know what is happening in your mind, and then you recognize today, okay, because according to your intention, things going to happen, not because of the outside situation. So like that. So then what you have to do? Just deeply fix that. That's it. Once you fix that, remember, when there is nothing going once nothing happened, so whatever happened in the past, it going to go. But from this moment, if you don't perform anything related to greed, hatred, or the delusion with your bodily, verbally, or mentally action, remember, there is no way you going to go down. There is no way. That is what the Buddha taught. That is where to purify yourself. So now you know that you have to just forget about the whatever happened in the world, because that's not going to help for you. No, forget about that, the whatever the news, or forget about whatever the other people say. It's not going to help for you. Be focus yourself with your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. That's it. And once you turn it to minimizing the greed, hatred, and the delusion, and then you develop the generosity, loving kindness, and the wisdom with your actions, your life going to day by day, day by day, day by day, in deeply yourself, it going to develop the clarity. But still, as ordinary people, we going to go through the ordinary life. But it is, but deeply, the clarity that you gain is more higher than just the ordinary life. That is what we need. Otherwise, no, we're not trying to get any kind of another, the hand for us, another head for us, another eye for us. We don't look for third eye. Why? There's no way to gain another eye like this. If you have an eye like this, you go everywhere, everybody start to get, look, what is this? And maybe you start to see something weird now, because everybody see only two eyes. So you cannot survive in the world. So this is the best way for us to survive. Then remember, just be who you are. Don't try to put anything anymore to you. You complete. 100% you complete. Only thing is, be aware with your mind. Be aware with your actions. It really going to bring the peace end of the day. When you go to bed, when you're going to close your eyes, you can just try one day. You don't need this, many months or years to see how this works. No. For this suffering disease, the best vaccination is, guarding your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. That is where you're going to find your inner peace. And for a vaccination, we go 2 years, 3 years research and, tracking and how this works. But this is not like that. That's what the Buddha, eons by eons himself, he went through the great research through this sansaric journey and found out this method. So then it is very easy for you. The Buddha have done this for us. Then you also no need to go like that way. So you have the teachings now and get it. And once you have it, your journey going to become more easy and more shorter. So that's why we say, it's kind of like we say to the Buddha, our father or our mothers, like that. You as parents, they never want to see how the children, that whatever the suffering they had, they never want to see how their children going to go through the same suffering. No, even our ancestors. That's why we became like this comfortable in life. Why? Because our ancestors never allow us to get back to so whatever they suffered in their life, and somehow they sacrifice and they contribute their wisdom to us. So that's why everywhere we go, that's why we feel so comfortable like this life. Even when you drive your car, look how the journey it happened. When you go through the road, see how the in the beginning it didn't happen like that way. But nowadays, look, the freeways, well carpet and all lines, you can see very clear. Even when you drive at night, and you see the lines very clear. 100 years, they didn't have that anything. But see how they contribute. So through their experience, so the Buddha himself contribute the best to these human civilizations. That means the wisdom. So what is that wisdom mean? Not this or that, oh, this sutra or that sutra. No. Remember, be very clear with your intention when you perform your bodily, verbally, mentally action. Why? Because what you think, you become. Your mind is the forerunner. Mind is the creator. So then why more and why we repeat mostly and according to the past and the future. So then to become very clear with the moment, you have to don't repeat according to the past and don't detach from the present condition of the situation, or just don't jump to the dream state regarding your future. Just be very simple person in the present moment and see, analyze yourself, recognize what are the capacities that you have, what are the possibilities that you have today in this very moment. And from there, you develop it. So when you go with that, the laziness is one of the most difficult hindrance come to us. So as you know, the to go towards the sansara, go towards the laziness, go towards the failure, spiritual failure, and even conventional failure in our life. For these both failures, 5 hindrances are the barrier. Kamachanda, the desire with eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind to find the satisfaction with the self-centered mind. Vyapada, strong anger, go behind and get the revenge, and doing again and again and again and again, thinking to hurt others. Vyapada, thinamidda, sloth and thought, sleepiness, laziness. That is one of the major important hindrance that you have to break. Especially everywhere you see, it is just forget about the spiritual life, even for the conventional life. Why we cannot become just as ordinary people, why we cannot get into the success or whatever the life that you want to develop, whatever the dream that you have inside you. Because of this hindrance. What is that? Laziness. So today I'm going to give you some points how to break down this laziness. So this advice come from the Buddha, and this advice Buddha gave to most venerable Mugala. So one of the senior monk disciples related to the Buddha. And he is the one who performed the best miracles and he used to travel around the universe, and he had the most the advanced psychic powers in this Buddha's dispensation. Most venerable, the Mugalang Maharatan Vanse, or enlightened monk. So, but before he attained to that much skillful, high mental powers, enlightened monk, see, he was struggling with the hindrance. This is very important for you. Remember this very carefully and teach your children, teach your friends, teach other people who ever struggle in your office or the workplace. And most of time, as a family, as a village, as a country, sometimes we suffer with this laziness. Because we have so much facilities today, we have so much things in the world today. If somebody become fail in life which they cannot get, not because lack of any facilities or the money or the other thing, it because of this hindrance. When it come to that hindrance, the mostly this laziness. So then remember this advice, and with the meditation, and at the same time in day-to-day life, don't just keep it to meditation, but in day-to-day life, and try to develop it with your ordinary life and apply it. So whatever the things you do, whatever things that you like to do in your life, whatever it make you as a person successful, it brings the comfort to you, to joy to you and other people, apply this and you're going to see how it works. So the story start like this venerable the Mugalang, before he attained to that much high skill and high mental power, that monk, he was trying to practice meditation. And one day what happened, he was so lazy, and he was so sleepy. It like he could start meditation and it go like this, and the laziness and calm, and try to fix the posture, so like that. So then the Buddha saw this. And then the Buddha asked, "Oh, Mugalang, it look like this sleepiness overtaking you, this laziness overtaking your practice." Then the Venerable Mugalan told, "Oh, yes, Venerable Sir, it is very difficult for me with this sleepiness, with this tiredness, inner tiredness, and with this laziness to practice this." So Buddha said, "Don't worry. I will tell you some, I will give some advice. I will show you some techniques and try that." So the very first thing, remember this. See, now he was so lazy, tired, sleepy monk. And finally, he became the best out of all the monks. And he started to perform the miracles and high mental powers. He became the best. So those are the points that transform him. So the very first one is the very important. And when you feel sleepy, never think. When you feel lazy, when you feel hungry, never think. It's like, if it is the eating time, you have to eat. If it is the sleeping time, you have to sleep. But this is not that. You come to practice meditation, and once you sit like this, and you feel a little bit lazy, and during the day, or maybe you working, you feel little bit to have a nap. And people say it is okay, eat little bit if you feel like that. So what the Buddha said, remember this in your whole life. When you feel sleepy, when you practice meditation, if you feel little bit you want to sleep, never ever do that. Never do that. This is because look in your life. You get into drugs, you get into troubles, you get into entire, that you go life, you go your life up and down, and maybe you go only for a little bit. There are a lot of things in this life. Once you go little bit, there is no way you turn. There is no way. It take the current take you. Why? Because you never experience with that. You go only to little bit. That is so dangerous. If you know very well in advance, and you don't go with it. And one time I had a roommate, and he used to work in a club. So he know all this, the alcohol and mixing and the how much, and so sometimes I used to talk with him, and I asked, but he don't drink. So I asked him, so you work with this, so why? And what he told, the most important, and he told most of the people get drunk and they drink because they don't know the the mechanism of the alcohol. They don't know. That's why they go crazy, they get drunk, and they don't know. So he told, I know how this work, and that wisdom, you know, and I don't drink, but I have to work, and he worked for that. And sometimes he told me that when somebody come and ask, and then sometimes he advised them, no, if you take this way, if you mix that or this, that, you're going to get into trouble. Don't do that. So sometimes he told me that he how he do. See, that's how we are. Because we go a little bit without knowing. So see the first advice what the Buddha said to Venerable Mugala. When you feel sleepy, don't think, oh, I go and sleep a little bit. See, in day-to-day life, sometimes it is not the sleeping time. What you do, you want to have a little nap, just 5 minutes. And then you wake up after 3 minutes, 3 hours, 4 hours, not 5 minutes. And sometimes you want to eat little bit. You want to try. But you start with the one, bite. And then you finish all, plate, or you finish whole packet, and the whole tray, you've done everything. And then later you become worried. Oh, but it become, ignite, it become the energy then to repeat it again. So remember, if you want to cut something, don't try little bit. Don't do that. Don't do that mistake. Whoever smoke, in the very first day, they didn't smoke the whole packet of cigarette. They start with maybe one half of cigarette from a friend. And drugs, little bit with somebody. Alcohol, just a half of a glass, little bit, maybe one shot. That's it. The one shot, the whole life down. See, this happen. Maybe you get into the relationship. If you get married, and then it's okay. But sometimes we get into wrong relationship, very difficult people. And it's crazy. They go crazy. But it start with one look. That's it. Then they come to your life, destroy everything, and put into trouble. So that's the see, you just little bit you try. That's it. That is where we enter to mess. So this is what the Buddha said. Don't try little bit. No, don't do that. If you feel sleepy, don't ever think I want to sleep little bit. If you feel lazy, don't think I want to stay a little bit away from this. So even you driving, you feel sleepy, and maybe you come to a traffic light, and then while you're stopping 1 minute, and you think to close your eyes just to get the rest. You think this is 1 minute, and then you go and hit. That's it. Then it happen. So that's why if you want to get out of any hindrance, remember, don't try little bit. Don't give any chance for little bit. Completely cut down. Try that. Another thing is the second one. So maybe you practicing contemplating the inhalation exhalation or anapanasati and change the technique. Or maybe you can practice loving kindness meditation. Or maybe you change the sensation to your body. Or maybe you can practice reminding the death. Or maybe you can reflect on Buddha's good qualities, Buddhanusati. And maybe you start to reflect on the thoughts, whatever come to you, and the you can reflect on impermanent. So like that, if you keep focused to this and try to catch the sensation, if you feel sleepy in the beginning, you don't give any chance, but still, if it is keep happening, change the primary mental object to something. And in day-to-day life, if you keep doing something, if you feel sleepy and you don't give any chance in the beginning, little chance, but still it keep happening, remember and try to change the subject a little bit. So while you're reading a book, if you feel sleepy, and then you keep going, and then you change, you go maybe to the last chapter and you read it. You go, it start from the beginning, but you feel sleepy, but you go to the last chapter and read, or go to the middle and see something, one paragraph. You just change the pattern. Or maybe you try to do some work and you feel lazy. Rather than get out of it, rather than stopping what you keep doing, change it a little bit. So that way, you change the pattern. And it's still, if you feel sleepy, that you change the primary mental object. Still, if you feel sleepy, then what the Buddha said, you remind that whatever the introduction that you heard about the technique, or if you keep doing some work and reflect on the whatever the knowledge that you have regarding that, the work, that the how that you got that knowledge, maybe through a lecture, or maybe through somebody explain to you, do this way, do that way, or maybe you learn from YouTube, or you learn from something, or even you learn from a book. So remind it again and again how it explained. Then it will help you to get out of that laziness or sleepiness or tiredness. And if it is still happening, and start to do it loudly, repeat it loudly, say it loudly. So that's why like stanzas, gathas, as a sutra. So whatever you learn, so if you practice anapanasati, so there is a sutta called anapanasati. And then, oh, there are some gathas, stanzas, or whatever that you venerate the Buddha or Dhamma or the Sangha, or whatever, something you chant. Rather than get out of the practice, you chanting yourself. Or if you keep doing some work, or maybe you heard how it explained and then you repeat it verbally yourself, to hear it yourself. You say it loudly, and that will help to break down. It's go step by step. And then sometimes if it is not happen, still that if it is didn't work, still the sleepiness comes. See, Buddha said. So then what you have to do, that rub your both ears like this. This like in yoga, kampati, you that you pull your ear. It effect for activate the brain. So it's kind of like you drinking, the quick energy drink, you know. So when we go to school in Sri Lanka, sometimes, our teachers always used to do this. If we not listening well, if we cannot, do properly, and they used to, we thought it is a punishment. But now we know it's kind of, activate the energy awareness. So see, the Buddha said, rub your ears and it will help to get out of the laziness. So whatever you do and teach your children, and mostly what we say, oh, if it is difficult, don't worry, go away. So like that. No, because then you allow that hindrance to grow inside. That child never break that point. When that point come, he start to quit. So don't do that. So that's why, so rubbing the ears. And if it is, that the sleepiness come, tiredness come, laziness arise, then what the Buddha said, go and wash your face and drink some cold water, and or go out little bit. If it is night, go out and look around, look at the stars, and look at the sun or the moon. Or if it is a daytime, go out and look at the sunlight. So like that, if it is at night, go out and look around the stars. If it is a daytime, go and see the light. Another thing is, if it is at night, another thing what the Buddha said, and visualize yourself the daylight in your mind. So as example, at daytime, when you want to sleep, sometimes you cover your eyes with little piece of cloth and you imagine like darkness. It helps you to fall into sleep. So, and at the same time, you can do it, or you can reverse the pattern. When you feel sleepy, tired, so what the Buddha said, imagine like a daylight. And that will help to get out of the hindrance. And the other one is walking. Walk little bit. So that will help you to get out of the sleepiness. See, still the Buddha said, keep trying. Don't allow that laziness to to get into you. Break it down and walk a little bit. And sometimes still walking, some people can sleep. Like as when people go in public transport, like bus, train, they use when they get into the train or the bus, the very first thing, they standing, they start to sleep. They feel very comfortable with that. They you get used to that. They addicted to that. Anywhere, sometimes people anywhere, you know, if they have a little space, they don't need the bed or anything. Just they sleep. They fall into sleep. So there's the walking, and sometimes that walking also doesn't work. If the walking also doesn't work, still the sleepiness come. Then Buddha said, Venerable Mugalang, go and sleep. See, that all these techniques, if doesn't work, go and sleep. But it's not like the way we sleep. We you know, when like we when we feel sleepy, we go and just, you know, jump into bed and fall into bed. It's kind of like a tree cut and you know, it's come down like that way. And sometimes in Sri Lanka, you know, in our we use beds. It's mostly made with the wood, you know, piece of wood under the bed. And sometimes you jump with this, you know, the sleepy mind, and that the piece of wood break, that the next day you find out your bed already broken. How the bed broken? Because the last night was, so you felt so sleepy and you jump into the bed, and that's why it broken. So, but here, what the Buddha says, you have to go to sleep with mindfully. And you go to sleep mindfully and turn to the right side and keep your right head. It's called the Sinhaseya, lion posture. That's how you have to sleep. There are many other methods, you know, not like that way. So you have to go and sleep like this mindfully. Your right palm on your under your head. And then thinking mindfully, you go to sleep. And not only that, thinking what time you're going to wake up. So mindfully, you're going to wake up that time. So it worked. And then what happened? Venerable Mugalang start to practice like that way. And little by little, his meditation became more better, advance. And he start to get the most powerful the mind, and he start to develop his mind to all the high mental powers, and he start to perform the, the, the greatest miracles. See how in the beginning how he was. So like that. So remember, if the child is lazy or if the co-worker is lazy, he cannot do things sometimes. You feel, you know, very lethargic people sometimes. Even the husband or wife, very lethargic, lazy, no energy. You can transform that person little by little, giving some guidance and helping that person. It is not the energy just by eating food or taking vitamins. It's not like that. It's a mind, condition of the mind. So then remember, you can transform it. So one should develop that mind. And you develop the most beautiful power in this entire universe that is in you. That is your mental power. There is nothing beyond that. But if you don't develop that, anything can overtake you. Not just only the people. No, the cold, the hot weather, the wind, the traffic, so the daylight, the night darkness, so anything can overtake you. But if you develop this power, this mental power, remember this entire universe going to surrender, listen to you. So it is within you. The key is, remember, learn to look into the mind. And once you start to look into mind, that all the laziness, tiredness, sleepiness start to vomit, come as a hindrance, come against. So never give up. So those are the tools that the Buddha gave. So remember this yourself again and again and again, and follow it yourself in conventional life. Be a successful person. That is, don't suffer, because all your ancestors, your parents had the dream. What is that dream? Oh, my children one day, wherever they are, they will be happy. So be a happy person. Why? Because that's why you had this everything. You have this everything. So be a happy person in this human life. Be a very comfortable person. Don't allow laziness to overtake you and drop you down. Destroy your dreams, destroy your success, destroy your life. Don't allow it to happen. So when we go deeper with the most of problems, we see those are the roots that coming from us. So that's why get out of that. Be a very successful person yourself and contribute yourself then to your family, to your husband, to your wife, to your children, to your parents. Have a, have a very comfortable life with them. And then from there, help other people and take care of the nature, take care of the seen, unseen living beings. Contribute yourself something. If you are lethargic, sleepy, tired person, you cannot do this. Then other people need to take care of you. And you have to wait till tax return or the government need to take care of you. So then it become heavy for everybody. So then remember yourself. Don't be like that. Transform yourself to a better person. So conventionally, be a better person. And spiritually, and it will help you to nourish. And then when you sit for meditation, you're not going to be lazy. You're not going to be tired. You don't not going to be lethargic. That is where you enjoy at least sitting. You enjoy it. That is where that is the most important quality that you need. What? You become satisfied. You enjoy your sitting. That satisfaction develop self abilities, confidence. Once you have the self confidence, you develop the self abilities. Once you have self abilities, you gain ability to respond to not only you around you. That is where you accept the responsibilities. Other people offer you, please do this for me, please do this. That is where you gain the life. That is where you gain the position to yourself. That is where you gain the bridge to contribute to yourself. If anybody don't ask anything from you, if everybody reject you and detach from you, how are you going to contribute? If you go there, can I do this? No, 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 no. You cannot do. Why? Because if you start to do, you're going to make mistakes. Stay away. So then you cannot do. So then how are you going to contribute something? You cannot do. Everybody reject you. But if you go this way, develop your inner skills and quality and become more with the power, with the mind, abilities, and then everybody, please, can you do this for me? Please, can you do this for me? That is where you gain opportunity to contribute yourself. Be like that person. Give something to others. There are a lot of things you can do there. So at least for your family, don't depend from others. Start to be a person to do something for others. So that is way, end of the day, you can be happy. That is the most important thing. So gain that freedom, gain that happiness yourself. And then if you go with that day by day, you will see this path is so beautiful. It is not one day you detach from everybody, you become just a nothing, puppet like that. And then one day don't think the enlightenment going to hit. No, it's not like that. What the Buddha said to monks, even Charita Bhikkhave Charikam, Bahujana Hitaya, Bahujana Sukhaya. Go and teach this Dharma to benefit for other people. Go to the society. Give the benefit for others out of this Dharma. So then yourself the same. When you say Buddhang, Dhamman, Sangham, Saranam Gacchami. So remember, start to walk in this path, sharing your life So for that, first take care of yourself. How? Get out of the laziness. Be a be a strong person inside you. Take care of your mind. Take care your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata cha ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.